I did this 3 weeks ago.
Very good. It depends. So one company was pretty good. Maybe not great. I was absolutely shocked. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Butenbaugh. I'm an instructor of police, and it is my honor to be the master of ceremonies for the graduation of the 332nd Basic Training Class. At this time, I ask you please stand and join me in welcoming today's graduates, the 332nd Basic Training Class. Members of the 332nd class, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as I direct your attention to the Hutchinson Police Department Honor Guard for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
Post. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Center. March.
Thank you. Please be seated. During your time here at KLETC, you've walked past the Wall of Honor numerous times. The Wall of Honor was designed as a reminder to those KLETC graduates who have died in the line of duty. The names and photographs of the 29 individuals memorialized preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers the opportunity to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of the citizens of Kansas. At this time, we will observe a moment of silence to honor those 29 KLETC graduates no longer with us. Thank you. 332nd, congratulations, your graduation day has arrived. Today we celebrate a milestone in your lives, the culmination of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. You've trained rigorously, sharpened your skills, and prepared yourselves to enter one of the most honorable professions. And as you embark on your careers in law enforcement, I want to take a moment to speak to you about something that will define your success, your legacy, and guide your actions every single day. Professionalism. Professionalism is more than just a code of conduct. It is the foundation upon which trust, integrity, and respect are built. As law enforcement officers, you will be seen as leaders in your community, and the standard you set will be the standard by which others will judge not just you, but your colleagues, and the entire profession. Professionalism means maintaining your composure in the face of adversity. You will encounter moments of stress and danger. There will be times when you are tested by the situations you face or the people you interact with. In those moments, your ability to remain calm, to follow the law, and treat others with dignity and respect will set you apart. That's the essence of professionalism. Choosing the right path, even when it's the hardest one to take. It's about accountability. Wearing the badge comes with great responsibility. The authority that is entrusted to you must be exercised with care, humility, and transparency. As professionals, you will be held to a higher standard, and rightly so. People will look to you for guidance, for protection, for leadership. Uphold that trust. Be honest in your actions, even when no one is watching. Because accountability builds credibility, and credibility builds community trust. Professionalism also means continuous learning and growth. This graduation is not the end of your education, it's just the beginning. You must constantly strive to improve, to adapt to new challenges, and to evolve as both officers and individuals. The best professionals are those who recognize there's always more to learn, more to refine, and always more ways to serve. But above all, professionalism is about respect. Respect for the law, respect for your fellow officers, respect for your family, and respect for the communities you serve. Every person you interact with, regardless of their background or circumstances, deserves to be treated with fairness and humanity. The way you conduct yourselves, the empathy you show, and the integrity you maintain will leave a lasting impression. That's the mark of a true professional. As you leave here today, remember this. Professionalism is not just about wearing the uniform, it's about honoring it. It's about showing up every day with the commitment to do your best, and to do your best represents the very best in law enforcement. You have the power to make a profound difference in the lives of others. And with professionalism as your guiding principle, you will carry out that mission with honor. Congratulations, graduates. Be proud of what you've accomplished and go forward knowing that you have the tools, the training, and the character to succeed. On behalf of the KLETC administration, staff, and everybody here at KLETC, congratulations on completing basic training. Now, thank you. Now I will invite Associate Director Heather Buller to the podium.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon, everyone. Treasurer Stephen Johnson grew up on a cattle and grain farm near Assyria, Kansas. After graduating from Southeast Saline High School, he pursued a degree in agricultural economics at Kansas State University. Beginning his career in the financial services sector, Treasurer Johnson remained engaged with his family farm. He later earned a master's in business administration from the University of Chicago, specializing in financial and business policy. His education proved invaluable in the financial industry, where he led the development of an asset allocation software program designed to optimize returns on investment for specific needs. The economic downturn of 2008 and 2009 fueled Treasurer Johnson's interest in public service. He ran for the state legislature in 2010 and was successfully elected. In 2022, Treasurer Johnson was elected as Kansas's 42nd state treasurer, officially taking office on January 9th, 2023. I am honored to welcome Treasurer Stephen Johnson as the commencement speaker for the 332nd Basic Training class.
Thank you, Heather, and good afternoon, members of the KLETC class, staff, family and friends, and honorable members of the law enforcement community. It is my honor to be with you and my honor to get to serve as the state treasurer. Today, I wanted to share just a little bit about education, and as was just said, this is the start rather than the end of much of the education, but how those tools apply, adding tools to the toolbox, the importance of mastery versus understanding, and applying those elements of education to your career. One definition of education is a body of knowledge acquired, which somewhat describes what you've obtained in the last 14 weeks, but it's also so much more. Building on the knowledge in the body of knowledge acquired, there are common references to knowledge is power. So power is a key part that is there, and you've just gained knowledge, and your role as protector requires your knowledge of situations to provide the appropriate balance of power. You'll have to continually judge how, when, where, and how much is needed. Dale Carnegie further applied that when he said, applied knowledge is power. You spent the last weeks gaining knowledge and strength, and will spend your careers applying it. One way I have begun to think of education is like tools in my toolbox. So on the farm, I have a lot of different tools, things as simple as a screwdriver to harvesting and planting machinery that's a little more complicated. Sometimes I use those tools exactly as they are designed, and sometimes the situation, the tools available, and the time frame required to respond require a more creative application. A guy in my office refers to it as redneck engineering. There is one piece of baling wire still holding a shield on the combine that has now lasted beyond its first temporary season. But every day as you put on the uniform, you prepare a number of tools, not knowing what you will be needed or what situations you'll encounter. I called a recent graduate at KLETC and asked what he learned here and what he learned in his first 2 years of service. Among the things he said was, often your best weapon is communication. To that, he added cultural differences can be challenging. Two other thoughts he suggested I share is to be sure to maintain your abilities, especially defensive tactics, and also that cuffing doesn't always go by the book. In my formal education, I happened to perform a specific calculation on a final exam. 1 week later, I was given a new job assignment where knowing that specific calculation was the entire difference between mastering the work and struggling to understand it. I had not known that I would need that education when I applied to graduate school, and I hadn't even known it when I signed up for that class at the beginning of the term. But it was one more tool that I had just added to my toolbox. And it clearly demonstrated to me that you don't know what you don't know. Education helps us fill in those gaps where experience may not provide or where experience may come at too high a cost. On a side note, in the treasurer's office, I have a great staff. In particular, our director of outreach is a former law enforcement officer and a graduate of the February 2015 KLETC class. I very much appreciate the skill set she applies to any problem. With cases and investigations, the skill to methodically work from known facts, search for what's needed, and put those pieces together is a tremendous asset. You're trained to figure it out and to bring order to chaos. As was mentioned, education is lifelong. The world continues to change, and to thrive, we must change with it. I worked with the major change in tools for portfolio selection way back in the 1990s. There have been several generations of tools that have followed, but we have to make sure we understand tools before we use it. Using more tools without understanding increases risk. The next story, my chief counsel assures me the statute of limitations is run out on. But in high school, I was excited to be able to drive. I was given access to a tool. my parents' 1972 Chevy Caprice, the old giant boat of a heavy car with a 400 engine. While I followed the speed limits once I got to the highway, on the dirt roads, I often hit 90 miles an hour. I did know the car. I might have even had some mastery and control of the car. However, I had no ability to control the environment in which I was operating. One cow that could have easily been out, wildlife, anything on the road as I crested a hill, slightly exercising the springs. I was just lucky. So I later referred to that as the confidence of ignorance. I knew the tool, but I needed much more to understand everything that went around it and what it was bringing me to. It happens with other tools. So that all came together with me in that investment side when I saw people taking breakneck risks with exciting investments that they somewhat understood, but might need a more understanding of the rest of the market factors, and especially practice in what to do if something goes wrong. Mastery of tools is the ability to direct them and to not let ever more powerful tools provide the opportunity for even more powerful problems. After my formal education, I got my pilot's license. I wish I would have gotten it earlier, as that experience actually taught me how to study. Up to that point, my objective had been to pass or get an A, but with flying, I didn't know what I could afford to not know in the material. I learned to study like my life depended on it. The benefit was learning to study for mastery rather than just understanding. In life and death situations, mastery matters. We, the citizens, thank you for your dedication to mastery of your profession. I called another law enforcement officer who's retired and went to this program many years ago when he thought it was maybe only 8 weeks long. He said, "You never learn everything you need to know. Ask. Ask an old veteran, your chief, a classmate, the county attorney, or call the academy. Everyone wants and needs you to succeed." His other advice include that messages on your challenge coin, which I was lucky to get at Dodge City. Start with integrity and honor. He said, always do the right thing and don't be tempted to cut corners to get to that important right outcome. Another point he wanted to be sure you heard and remember through your career, especially on the tough days, is that there are more people who support you than those that don't, especially in Kansas. We do have good people and events in Kansas. I hear there's a football game tomorrow. So I know I'm at a KU campus, but are there any other K-State fans here? Maybe KU fans? So none of us know the outcome of the game while there's speculation, but we know someone will be celebrating a victory tomorrow night. We know the game will be played within a specific set of rules. And while setting up the rules for the game is important, it only works because of the individuals who are there to interpret and enforce the rules, the referees in that case. Before I was state treasurer, I served in the legislature. There we wrote laws, but all those words mean nothing unless they are followed, understood, and enforced. The message on your challenge coin ends with, "I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve." Those words, the words of the Constitution, carry meaning and life because you protect them. All of the work in making laws back to our founding fathers mean nothing without law enforcement. In the game of life, without you, the line that marks out of bounds, it's just a line. So thank you for choosing law enforcement, for choosing to hold the line. Thank you for choosing to master your profession by being here. Congratulations on graduating and being part of the 332nd KLETC class. I appreciate all you bring to serving our Kansas communities. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Treasurer Johnson, for your message and for your time today. And to commemorate your time spent with us today, we would like to present you an official KLETC Padfolio. May it serve you well as you continue to serve the citizens of Kansas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At KLETC, we like to recognize those student officers who have excelled in various professional skill sets during their time here. We'll start with the Fitness Award, fitness being a key component in an officer's life. It helps them deal with the daily stress they'll face and aids them in maintaining a healthier lifestyle, enabling them to better mitigate the dangers they may encounter. During their time here at KLETC, all members of the 332nd were active and engaged in a fitness routine. The 332nd Basic Training class has 3 student officers that met the goals of the 200-mile club. To be recognized as a member of the 200-mile club, the student officer must complete 30 push-ups in a minute, 30 sit-ups in a minute, and run 1.5 miles in 18 minutes or less. Additionally, they also must log 200 or more miles outside of their classroom activities. The officers who have met these goals, please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Matt Cottengim of the Shawnee County Sheriff's Office, Misty Rice, Sherman County Sheriff's Office, and Shane Wagers, Gary County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, and Deputy Misty Rice, please join me at the podium. Misty is being awarded the Fitness Medal for the most improvement. Please join me in recognizing Deputy Rice for her efforts. Well done, Misty. Officer Cottengim, please join me at the podium. During the 200-mile challenge, Officer Cottengim exceeded all of the physical requirements, and in the process, he logged over 723 miles, setting a new academy record for miles completed during the 200-mile challenge. For his dedication and determination, Mac is being awarded the Fitness Medal. Please join me in recognizing Officer Cottengim for his efforts. Well done, Mac. Next, we want to recognize those student officers who have excelled in all areas during their time here at KLETC. The student officers who have achieved the following criteria will be recognized and will graduate with honors today. The following student officers must have completed 90% overall written test grade point average, 90% or greater final exam score, 90% or greater overall performance test grade point average, 90% or greater overall performance final test score, a minimum of 100 miles of walking, running, or 400 miles biking, the successful completion of all skills testing that we do at KLETC, and had no level 2 write-ups or higher at this time. I am pleased to announce that we have one student officer who has met these goals, and I ask Officer James Mosek of Colby Police Department to please rise and be recognized. Congratulations. Officer Joseph Geiger of the Overland Park Police Department and Officer James Mosek of Colby Police Department, please join me at the podium. So guys, go ahead and stand next to him. There you go. Additionally, in academics, we have the Director's Academic Award. For a student officer to be recognized for achieving this award, the student officer must have attained a 94 pre-final written test grade point average and a 94 or greater score on the final written. Successful completion of all performance and skills testing, and it has no disciplinary actions. Officers Geiger and Mosek successfully completed all these goals. These plaques recognize you for achieving the academic excellence. Please display them proudly, and congratulations. Thank you again. It is now time for the class president of the 332nd Basic Training Class to deliver a few brief remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, 332nd Basic Training Class President Shane Wagers of the Geary County Sheriff's Office.
Ladies and gentlemen, guests, family and friends, faculty, and most importantly, graduating class 332. Speaking on behalf of graduating class 332 is an honor. Thank you. The 332 hails from every corner of Kansas, from the county of Sherman, east to Johnson, south to Montgomery, west to Seward, and north back to Sherman, and everywhere in between. In each of our communities, we have a relationship with a partner that often goes unnoticed. That relationship is with the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center, or KLETC. KLETC instructors and staff, without our relationship with you, we could not ensure continuity in our communities. Thank you. About 3 years ago, while serving as military police at Fort Riley, I responded to a suicide call in the barracks. We were mobile and could reach the victim quicker than EMS. The victim had a laceration down his arm but was still conscious. The victim was able to walk out of the barracks after receiving aid, albeit emotionally broken and detached. We could hear EMS driving in, then they took over care of the victim. When EMS approached, the victim became visibly relaxed. The EMTs referred to the victim by name and casually talked. They knew each other. Fort Riley EMS had grown to care for this individual and know them. They became students of the community they served and formed relationships. The interest the 3-3 took in getting to know one another is extraordinary. The 332 formed on July 15th, 2024, and quickly shaped into a connected unit. I have never laughed as hard as when we've sat in the student lounge together and played cards. Those are memories I'll never forget. We banded together in the face of a challenging curriculum and environment. As a class, we were loud. We were blunt with each other, and we learned from our mistakes. I am proud of the 332 because we always came together when it mattered most. On our darkest day, we drew together while fighting through OC exposure. Leadership qualities and compassion presented from every single officer. Every officer sitting here is a fighter and cares for their fellow man and woman, every single one of them. The 332 embodies the Kansas State motto, "To the stars through hardship." 332. Relationships internal and external to our communities affect every aspect of our job and how the law enforcement profession is regarded. Steward the profession well. Always be a student of and for your community. We did not choose each other here, and you do not choose your coworkers at your agencies. We connected here as a unit, and we can achieve that anywhere. We need relationships to effectively serve our communities. Watch out for isolation on all levels. We cannot do this job alone. KLETC instructors and staff, thank you for enabling Kansans to serve one another. Kansas needs you and appreciates your service. 332, congratulations, and to the stars through hardships. Thank you.
Shane, it's my pleasure on behalf of KLETC administration and staff to present you with this plaque in honor of you being the class president of the 332nd Basic Training Class. Please display it proudly. Thank you. In law enforcement, ethics are at the forefront of training in our profession. The law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. This is something we've discussed in depth during your time here at KLETC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. A law enforcement officer assumes a great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the profession of role models, leading by example. They are enforcers of the law and protectors of our community. Because the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes the concepts and principles within the oath should be a dominating force in all officers' lives, I'll ask Class President Shane Wagers to lead the class with the Law Enforcement Oath of Office affirmation.
Three, two, please stand.
Oath. On my honor.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve.
Recover.
Class 332, please be seated. In a few moments, you will be presented with a challenge coin. A challenge coin is a symbolic and meaningful and given to somebody as a reminder of what they've done or to confirm membership in an organization. This coin today will recognize you as a graduate of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. I ask that you carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here. On the back of this coin is the oath that each of you just affirmed moments ago. Carry it with you and let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, it's been my honor and distinct pleasure to be a small part of your journey. I wish you nothing but success and happiness in the future. I will now ask the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center Associate Director Alvin Sowers to join me on stage to present the members of the 332nd Basic Training Class with their certificates, while I present each of you with the KLETC Challenge Coin. Class President Shane Wagers will announce the names of the graduates of the 332nd Basic Training Class.
Brett Michael Anderson, McPherson Police Department. Trace Daniel Buckle, Arma Police Department. Caitlin Alexandria Chapman, Overland Park Police Department. John Clayton, Independence Police Department. Austin Dean Coble, Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Ashley Dawn Collins, Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Cynthia Lee Cooney, Mulvane Police Department. Mac Cottengim, Shawnee County Sheriff's Office. Front row, please return to your seats. Second row, please stand. Andrew James Fisher, Medicine Lodge Police Department. Tristan James Cook Fletcher, Pittsburgh Police Department. Connor Foster, Douglas County Sheriff's Office. David Austin Gass, Liberal Police Department. Joseph William Geiger, Overland Park Police Department. Kaylin Ray Martinez, Liberal Police Department. James Anthony Mosek, Colby Police Department. Evan Stewart Moffitt, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. William Leif Niffen III, Pittsburgh State University Police Department. Paul Pahalski, Geary County Sheriff's Office. Dalton James Pearson, Meade County Sheriff's Office. Misty Rice, Sherman County Sheriff's Office. Dayton Lawrence Rent, Ottawa County Sheriff's Office. Chloe Elizabeth Martin Walker, Butler County Sheriff's Office. Brianna Nicole Ware, Crawford County Sheriff's Office. Orlin Nason Wasson, Emporia Police Department.
And Shane Wagers of the Gary County Sheriff's Office. Third row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony, and I appreciate each and every one of you attending, and so do the folks on this stage. Please ask them to take the opportunity to give you a guided tour around KLETC and enjoy some of the nice Kansas weather and some photo opportunities both inside the building and outside the building. And for those of you that would like to participate in buying some KLETC apparel, we have our store open at the end of graduation, so you can join us there if you choose. So class 332, would you please stand? On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each of you have satisfactorily completed the requirements to be law enforcement officers for the state of Kansas. And they've been waiting 14 weeks to hear this word. Class dismissed.